Hello everyone, Tommy Wave here with a very quick review of the latest AAA show, Heroes Immortales 13. Just going to give you my quick thoughts on things. Firstly, I do want to let everyone know the TLDR for this show. If you're a bit stretched for time and you only want to check out the good matches, I would recommend the mixed tag team match, the Antonio Pena Cup, and also, of course, the Kenny Omega versus Phoenix match. And those are the matches that I'm going to be talking about today. Also, I do want to point out that I am not a AAA person. I do not watch a lot of AAA. I usually tune into some of the big shows, Triple Mania and things like that. But I'm not all around the storylines and the characters and things like that. Before we get into the matches, I just want to talk a little bit about the actual show itself. Obviously, like I said, not a AAA guy, and I'm also not someone who's well-versed with Mexican and South American culture, so there were a couple of things that I'm not too sure if they're normal things for AAA or for lucha shows, but I do want to say it was very strange watching at the start of the show two very beautiful women carrying banners down to the ring. I thought it was kind of like maybe a sumo thing where they'll have advertisers and sponsors printed on these massive banners and they carry them around the ring before a match starts, but no, it was in fact a banner with an image of Antonio Pena, the former head of the company, being marched down to the ring and kind of being displayed next to the sister of Antonio Pena, which is a bit strange. The other thing that kind of threw me off was the hologram in this show. That's right, there was a hologram of the deceased Antonio Pena on the screen, clearly kind of his head deep faked onto another person's body wearing very modern clothes. All this was being projected onto the stage, and it was a really strange experience. You certainly have to go watch it for yourself. We'll get into the matches. After the opener, which was kind of a car crash nightmare, we had the mixed tag team championship match, which is very good. It was a three-way. We had Villano 3 and Lady Maravilla coming out on top. The main reason that I mentioned this match is because Villano 3 is absolutely incredible. All of his moves come off with so much impact. There's a point where he landed this spear, I think, on Keira in this match, and it was one of the most vicious spears I've ever seen. It looked really good, lots of impact there, and they came out on top. There was a lot of kind of soapy stuff in here with Nino Hamburguesa and Big Mami. Even though sometimes this stuff comes off as contrived, it actually made me want to watch what happens next with this feud. Moving on, the other excellent match that I enjoyed was the Antonio Pena Cup. This looks like it's essentially a Royal Rumble style event where competitors come in every minute, except once we get down to the final two people, it's no longer over the top rope. Instead, it is pinfalls and submissions, I assume. Also importantly, you cannot get eliminated by diving off the top rope, which I think is a very good change. The main reason that I think that everyone should go out to watch this match is mostly because of the person that won it. El Hijo del Vikingo is a phenomenal wrestler, absolutely amazing. So many awesome moves here, a great high flyer, great outfit, real superstar, and it came down to him and Taurus, who I think has one of the most amazing looks in AAA, in wrestling in general. Just this huge dude with this big kind of minotaur head mask on top. Lots of impact moves, lots of good stuff. There was some ridiculous things here, like a flipping Canadian destroyer onto the apron. Absolutely amazing, and I think El Hijo del Vikingo is someone who I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of in the future, and who knows, I might actually pick up some more AAA shows to check him out, especially if they're giving him a pretty big push, which I guess winning a tournament like this I'd assume that that's what that means. Okay, so let's talk about this Omega versus Phoenix match. This was phenomenal. Definitely two guys going out there looking to have a really awesome Japanese G1 style fantastic match. We get a big back body drop from Omega onto the fence on the outside. Omega goes for the Terminator dive, but Phoenix interrupts it with a couple of super kicks. We then get the first of this series of really brutal looking V triggers throughout the match. Phoenix hits a moonsault flip behind Omega into a bridging German suplex, which looked really awesome. Kind of looked like one of the Zangief suplexes from Street Fighter. Crowd is already on their feet at this point. We get a super Spanish fly from Phoenix, a trio of dragon suplexes from Omega, but then he eats a rolling cutter from Phoenix, puts both men down. We see the second V-trigger into a buckle bomb and the sit-out spinebuster for 2 from Omega. At some point during this match, around about this point, Phoenix is bleeding from the nose, blood everywhere, looks like he's broken his nose, not sure off of what. I don't think it was on one of the V-triggers, but hopefully he's okay. We go to the finishing sequence, which is Phoenix hitting a pile driver on Omega for 2, and the crowd pops pretty big for that. They're really into it, and Phoenix goes for a super Rana, but Omega counters into a super power bomb for 2, picks him up for a pile driver, gets another 2 count, and lastly the V-trigger into the one-winged angel for the 1, 2, 3, and your new Mega champion is Kenny Omega. This was a really well-paced match. Both guys looked pretty good. Omega did carry quite a lot of the offense, but overall a really solid match. Makes me want to see more of Phoenix, makes me want to see more of Kenny Omega, particularly in AAA, maybe against some of those other talented guys, maybe against El Hijo del Vikingo, maybe even against Pentagon. Who knows? But if you are interested in watching this match, you can go over to the AAA Twitch channel. They have an English channel and a Spanish channel. And if you subscribe, you do get access to their VODs, so you can jump on there and watch the full replay in all of its glory. I watched it in English. The English commentary is acceptable, though in the future I might consider subscribing to the Spanish stream. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.